Hi, I'm Professor Sarah Ann Standing from the Humanities Department at City Tech, and I'd like to thank you all for coming to Ecofest 2021. Respect, Restore, Reflect. This is the 6th year that the Sustainability Council at City Tech has produced Ecofest, and every year it gets larger and more exciting. Respect, the first step. Treating everyone, human, non-human, plants, everything with respect. This includes ourselves, but doesn't stay with ourselves. Restore. How do we go forward out of this time of lockdown? We saw the whole world pause. Take a breath. How can we restore together what we have damaged? Reflect. Taking a look at what we have done, staying nimble and responsive, staying thoughtful and compassionate. No conference such as this one happens without the work of many people, too many to name here, but all of whom are invaluable to the whole. Some people I do want to name are President Russell Hotzler. Thank you for your outstanding leadership at City Tech. Also, President Hotzler's special assistant, Dr. Stephen Soiffer, has been an invaluable member of the council. Thank you to all the deans, and in particular, Dean David Smith from Entertainment Technology. I'd also like to thank Richard Handley and Ariel Lawson from the Brooklyn Waterfront Research Center for partnering with us closely this year. Thank you to City Tech Student Government and to the New York Public Interest Research Group. Thank you to all our panelists and student contributors. Thank you also to Rita Uden and Kirtan Deshawn from the Office of Computing Information Services. We have an exciting lineup today of panels and videos. Some things I'd like to call your attention to are, we have speakers from the first 100 days of the Biden administration. We have a brand new video from Bill McKibben, and we have an exciting presentation from the Student Sustainability Technology Club. Without further ado, I'd like to pass the microphone, as it were, to Dr. Stephen Soiffer.
Thank you, Sarah. Unfortunately, President Hotzler cannot be with us at the beginning of this meeting. He's stuck doing one of those things that college presidents don't have a choice about doing, but he does hope to join later in the day. But let me get right into it. We are confronting a number of crises, not just one. You know, we have the lingering and at times deteriorating effect of the pandemic. We have the 400-year struggle for racial justice and equality. And we have the environment. We can chew gum and walk at the same time. We can confront more than one crisis, and we must, because they are in fact interlinked. But let me talk a bit about the environment. Over 99% of climate scientists agree on the basic facts about climate change. It's real, it's human caused, it's harming people now, but it's solvable. Actually, the biggest uncertainty is us. How much oceans rise, how bad hurricanes get, or how many people are forced to flee their homes will depend on how quickly humans stop pumping pollution into the air, dumping poison into the ground, and treating our oceans as a vast garbage dump. One thing is absolutely certain: the longer we wait to act, the worse it will be. Now, we're not talking about some far-off threat that can be dealt with by future generations. Across the country, we're experiencing record-breaking disasters. In the Western United States, hot, dry conditions, undoubtedly influenced by climate change, are fueling massive fires, the sort that we've never seen before, with smoke that blocks out the sun and poisons the air. In the Southwest, historic droughts threaten our food supply. And in the South, Warmer oceans are fueling stronger, deadlier hurricanes that are destroying people's homes and lives. In other parts of the world, the effects are even more dire. Droughts bring famine and disease. More than 90% of the excess heat trapped by greenhouse gas emissions has been absorbed into the oceans that cover 2/3 of the planet's source. Now, keep in mind that every theory of evolutionary biology of which I'm aware, except perhaps the Bible, says that life itself emerged from those oceans, and we're making the oceans untenable. At least 8 million tons of plastic end up in our oceans every year. One patch of plastic trash in the Pacific is twice the size of the state of Texas. Difficult as that may be to imagine. Around the world, people are paying attention. President Biden today will put forward the goal of halving emissions by 2030 at an international conference. Now, we hope that he's taken seriously, because people would have every good reason not to take this country seriously after the last 4 years. But the task is urgent. A recent study by a Swiss insurance company, who have interest in knowing about such things, says that unchecked, climate change will cut the world economy by $23 trillion, roughly equivalent to the United States debt, by the year 2025. So you'll hear about a number of things today. You'll hear about environmental justice. You'll hear about emerging energy technologies. You'll hear about resilience. We can do this. We can handle this. We can make it possible to respect, to restore, and to reflect. But it will take all of us, and it will take all of us working consistently. It's not something that we can pay attention to one day of the year and then forget for the rest of the year. It's often said that the environment poses an existential threat, and indeed it does. In the worst case, I remember when people were very concerned about the possibility of nuclear war, and it was theorized that only cockroaches would survive. We hope never to be in that situation, but we have to understand that we are confronting an existential crisis that will affect all of humanity. I'm glad to see the wonderful topics that we're going to touch on today. They really are very important. Environmental justice is such an important topic. The degradation of our environment impacts all of us, but it does not impact all of us equally. It impacts marginalized communities far more than it does others. Emerging energy technologies, it's very important that we know what is on the horizon if we are in fact going to begin to get a handle on this problem. Resilience, how will we rebound from environmental disaster? How will we build in such a way that that it's sustainable? All such important topics. I'm glad that you're with us today. And on behalf of President Russ Hotzler, welcome to this important gathering. Sarah, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Soiffer. What a moving, accurate, fact-filled, and empowering talk you've just given us. Thank you.